So what's going on YouTube? I figure I'm going to do a quick video here. I'm going to show you the newest purchase. I know there's been a lot of purchases this year, but this is probably one of the most, I'm the most excited about this purchase in particular. I've waited many years to own a piece of equipment like this, especially the particular brand that it is. And it still shocks me it's sitting in the barn. 4 years ago, started doing hay. And I always wanted to do crops. Like, that's why I started in the wheat, and that's why the combine come into play this year, is because next year I want to do my own wheat and then do some different crops and stuff. And the piece of equipment that I bought is going to help the crop side of the farm prosper. So without further ado, I'm going to show you what it is. So here it is. I've waited quite a few years to be able to buy a Kinze product. And I was able to buy a Kinze 2000 4-row planter. This is a 1-hour planter. It came out of north of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Me and Dad went up there Friday and picked it up. It was a 20-hour day. We started at 3:30 that morning, got back here at 11:30 that night. That was a long day. We got back, and then Saturday morning got up and put the tongue back in it, because we pulled the tongue off of it. The guy had already took the marker arms off of it just for storage purposes in his barn, make it a little easier. So I put the marker arms back on, put the tongue back in it, and then hooked everything back up. Just I want to see like how everything worked on, because I've never owned a corn planter or a planter in general in my life. So I want to see how it all worked. And how what's cool about the Kinze is they got a valve here in the middle that diverts your fluid. So when you pick this thing up and then put it back down, when you put it down, one marker arm goes down. And when you pick it back up, your arm comes back up, then that side will go down when you put it back down. And I just kind of like that over the cable system on the John Deere 7000s, and I like that design better. I think that's a little easier for me to figure out. Sorry about the wind tonight. It just started picking up. But general look over of it, looks like we need some chains. I'm gonna get all new chains for all the units, and then chains here and there. I'm gonna change all them out, and then some closing wheels. I want to get some Keaton seat firmers put on here. Doesn't seem like nothing's, like, if these are wore out here, you'll be able to wobble them back and forth. There's no play in that, but I'm going to pull them wheels off, look up in there and check everything over. There's nothing wobbling on these. So probably just run it and see how it does and change stuff as we go, and then eventually we'll just overhaul them all and make it all new and fresh. Because this unit in general design has not changed much, so these parts are still very, very much available. All the sprockets come with it for changing up your population and different seeds and stuff. What I'm going to do is plant beans with this planter next summer. I'm gonna get a set of brush meters, and what I'll do is I'll plant down and split my rows and come back. It'll take a little while, but I think this will work a little bit better, a little more accuracy, and I can kind of mess with all my pressures and stuff with this, and versus a drill. So yeah, and another thing I did Saturday is I pulled all the meters out of it. I'm going to run them on the test stand down at work. They had some seed firmer pieces here with little wheels, and I took them off because, like I said, I'm going to put some Keaton seed firmers in here. Those seem to work really well. I've seen a lot of guys use them. This guy that owned this thing kept this thing really well lubricated and in the barn. So it's in pretty dang good shape for a 94 model planter. He always put oil on all the augers inside of the dry fertilizer boxes and greased everything up, and you know, it's in good shape for the year that it is. And they bought it brand new from this dealer. I need to look them up sometime, see if that dealer's still around or not, because it kind of interesting. But some chains and stuff need to be changed on it. This is a later this winter project for me to mess with. Eventually, because these boxes are kind of getting dried up a little bit, I'm going to probably change these out to the newer poly boxes. Just because it does have dry insecticide. I'm going to do a little research on that and see how that works and what the effectiveness of that is. Any of you guys know on here, shoot me your opinions, thoughts on that, because I don't know much about this part of it. I know the planting part of it, and I know the dry fertilizer. The dry fertilizer will work for our operation just because I ain't set up to do liquid, so this will work pretty good for us. But other than that, everything looks really good on this thing. I really can't complain on that. Tires are in good shape on it. So yeah, I'm really excited. This is like a piece of equipment I always wanted to buy. I didn't know when I was ever going to get a chance to buy one, and I found this one. Was like, hey, it's cheap enough. I can plant beans with it, and it gives me an excuse to buy a Kinze planter. So that's what we did. And I've always been really mesmerized by John Kinzenbaugh's story. I mean, from where he started to what he is now, I mean, that is absolutely, I mean, it's incredible. And his motto, when in doubt, build it stout, is very true, because this thing is very heavy. It made the old 320s grunt trying to get it off the trailer, so it's a pretty heavy planter. But I'll get some more videos working on this thing a little later on. This is later on this winter project, whenever I get everything else done and get the combine home and stuff. So anyhow, please comment and subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one. Thank y'all for watching, and stay tuned for more.